Bam. Right, we're on. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Oops, I should change that. Good evening, everybody, and welcome.
Good evening.
Yeah.
I'm going to just interrupt there. Just to say
good
evening.
Good evening, yeah. Welcome to CHINWAG number 58.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody that is here this evening. This rather chilly Friday at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
All right. As you can see, we've got a little title going on. We're going to share with you guys some eBay sales we've had this week. We've got a couple of topics to touch on, such as working from home, like what that means for us, and also how other people view it, especially. And
the last bit is more you, though.
The last bit is a bit more me, but am I fed up of the huge RC haul? As you can probably tell, I mean, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You're going to have to wait to find out before I say anything. Right, guys. So we've got a few people already in the chat. Peter Ray was in there, Falling on the Bruise in there. Ryan, Doing It Yourself Lifestyle. Ray Cunningham was in there. Shelster Rooney as well. So Southwest Sellers. Dr. Doodle Doo has joined us as well. Shelster Rooney says, stop doing your hair. I am not doing my hair. There's not really a lot to do with it at the moment. No. So Reseller Mum says hi. So does Louise. Pete's Retro Collectibles. We were getting a little concerned in the chat that it wasn't as busy as it usually is when we start.
You were more concerned than I was.
Maybe that's a bit conceited of me then. But I was like, oh, well, look, it's quiet. Well, it wasn't just me. Peter Ray and Falling on a Bruise were both saying it, weren't they? They were saying it's a bit quiet in there for a moment. And it looks like you guys have turned up, which is lovely to see. It just makes you realise that you can't take it for granted.
No,
you can't.
No.
Yeah.
And what were we joking about before we come on? Because Jim Rohn has a really nice
Jim Rohn
way of putting
Jim
things.
Rohn, who's like a really he's not with us any longer, but he's like a motivational kind of business coach and successful business person, and he did loads of really cool he did loads of cool seminars which were recorded onto VHS, audio tape, CD, etc. and he has like a little story in one of his which is really epic, and it's actually about when people turn up or don't turn up. If the message is good, you should still deliver it. And he has like a little story about a preacher that's like waiting for a congregation to turn up, and only one lone guy turns up, like a cowboy. And the guy, the preacher's like, oh, I'm sorry, why is it, it's normally packed in here, and I don't know what to say. And the cowboy says to the preacher guy, like, what does he say to him? He goes, well, I'm not a preacher, but I do know this. If I went to feed my cattle and only one of them turned up, I'd still feed it. I just wouldn't dump the whole load on it. So you can, even if you're like, that might not mean a lot.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Yeah,
I just think it's such a great.
It's a really epic little story, because if you've got something to say, you should just say it, whether you're saying it to nobody, one person, 100 people, or 1,000 people, or 1,000,000 people. If it's worth saying, just say it. And actually, when it comes to the internet, even if it's not worth saying, just say it anyway. There's enough bandwidth to go around.
Yeah.
So Z, did you not invite all your US buddies to Shelster? Oh, okay. Well, actually, let's touch on a couple of bits of housekeeping first of all, shall we? Like a few things regarding the channel. Now, firstly, we want to say, like, we're over the moon, ecstatic, and just so pleased that we've actually gotten now over 3,000 people subscribed to the channel, which is incredible.
It is.
There's lots of better channels to subscribe to. It reminds me of that Austin Powers advert. Do you guys ever remember when Austin Powers came out? The Spy Who Me, remember? And the year it came out the same year that episode 1 on Star Wars came out, the one with the pod racing.
Oh yeah.
So it was big news, wasn't it? Like the new Star Wars movie since the original trilogy. You imagine the hype behind it. I mean, I remember getting so hyped that we saw episode 1 at the cinema with my friends about 3 times, and it was a bad movie, wasn't it?
Did we see it together?
No, we didn't see it together, did we? No, me and my friends.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, that was before you. I didn't know you.
I didn't even know you then.
But like my yeah, this is before your time. Before, yeah, and so what happened?
Good, because I wouldn't have seen it 3 times.
Oh, we
at
saw it like
cinema.
3 times, even though it was bad. I love the pod racing scene. But anyway, if you watch The Spy Who Me, Austin Powers, The Spy Who, you know, there's a movie, or Google it, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Me, and they had the best advertising campaign, didn't they? I don't know. You don't know this, do you? Then, of course you don't know. You haven't even. You've not even seen Indiana Jones.
Oh,
so
okay,
of course
there we go.
yeah.
Come on.
But yeah, they had the best advertising campaign, and they actually they actually said, I don't know how we've gotten onto this.
I don't know how we've gotten on.
But I'm going to say it now. But their advertising campaign in the cinema was, if you only see one movie this year, see Star Wars. If you see 2, watch Austin Powers. So they belittled. It was amazing. It was just very.
Yeah.
At that time, it was really special because obviously Episode 1 came out. It was since the original Star Wars trilogy, so it's big news. So, but yeah, 3,000 subscribers. Like I said, there's better channels out there to be subscribed to, but we are so grateful for you guys to be subscribed here. So that's the first thing I want to talk about. I will also mention that this week, yes, we did. We were all over the interwebs on in the YouTube reselling channels, and I was lucky enough to be on Thrift Battle with Bonafide Hustler, Raking Profit, Prof Sales, and Flipping for a Living, who was my opponent. If you guys haven't seen
He had two.
he was good.
Right,
He was good. Yeah.
I would say 2 of his items completely were really, really awesome.
Yeah, they were like when he brought out his biker suit thing,
awesome.
and I was talking about. Anyway, guys, basically, it's a show called Thrift Battle. It's a really good idea. Bonafide Hustler, Steve Rakin, and all that lot. They're doing this like weekly or other weekly show where they get 2 resellers on, and they pit them against each other, kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh for resellers. So you choose your 5 best cards or something, or your 5 best finds, and you go at it, and it's a fixed order, and you go head to head, and it's kind of like when in Yu-Gi-Oh he's like, oh, we'll see how you do against my blue eyes white dragon, or green eyes dog beard.
There wasn't too much smack talk.
No, there wasn't much smack talk. But I think we're a bit shy. We're a little bit shy. But yeah, we did that, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it. I actually did a Macho Man impression, didn't I? I thought it was quite good.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? It was quite a good one, right?
It's
like, oh yeah.
It was quite good.
You're going down, brother. No, it's bad. That's a bad one. I did it really well.
That was a bad one.
No, I did a really good Macho Man.
If you did that one, they would have just laughed at you.
They would. I think they laughed anyway. But I think you should definitely see the Macho Man. And Dave says, let's not forget we were coming on to that. We were
coming on to that.
You know what? They think that I'm just all about me, aren't I?
Yeah.
I admit I like the sound of my own voice.
You do
guys.
talk a lot.
I do talk a lot.
Yeah.
You don't talk as much as me, but I think
I don't think that's true. I talk a lot.
I just don't listen.
Yeah.
But yes, so we did that, and it was really good fun. Oreo Kid says, I'm a new fans are here. Oh, thank you, Oreo Kid. Thank you for joining. Southwest Seller says, I see your creepy baby. I raised you, KFC. Yeah, Sib says hello from the takeaway. Oh wow, Sib's at the takeaway. Karen says, can you put the vid on Facebook page, Z? That's actually a really good idea. I will do that. And also Rebecca was on Margaret's channel, Texas Gal Treasures. So Rebecca was out there. How did that go for you? How did you feel?
I was really nervous, but really excited, and
it is nerve-wracking, isn't it?
And Margaret seemed to make it just feel just so.
She's really good at interviewing. Yeah.
It was just. It felt so. I'm not like.
We're just pleased to be on it without me.
Yeah, probably. Because I could actually talk.
You can actually talk. Nick says, the secret to a good relationship, learning to tune each other out.
I think we do that quite a lot.
And Darren says, I still think Zahir sabotaged the headset just to get on camera.
No, do you know what?
I'm even drinking from the mugs you sent us, man, and you just... Oh.
Yeah, so I've got... Yeah.
Oh, but...
Can you see that one?
Yes.
Yeah, so... Yeah. No, I'm not very good with tech, am I? Like anything to do with my PC, I just shout downstairs and go, Zahir, can you help me?
I really want to get that headset just needs to go. I think that headset needs to go.
It really does. I mean, the mic's broken on it anyway.
We paid good money for it. I think it was like £60 or £70, and it was just terrible. Let Bex speak, says Dave. Yes, okay. Anne says, Bex, I still have to watch you on Margaret's channel. Why the heck was Bex nervous? For you weren't saving Z. You weren't saving Z from immigration services. What's that got to do with it? I don't know what Sib's talking about there.
Oh no! Do you know what? I think I did get a bit nervous because I'm so used to having you sat next to me, and so I know when my mind goes blank because it happens.
Yeah. So are we like Iceman and Maverick?
Yeah, I know that you're just going to start talking.
Who's Iceman? Okay. Well, Nick actually says hearing Beck talk was a revelation, not having Z talking over.
Anyway, yeah, that was great fun, and I really enjoyed it. So.
Yes, it was really good.
So a big thank you to Margaret for asking me to come on, and I'm actually really looking forward to her next interview
episode
that she has
next
lined up. Yeah.
So okay,
I think she's got Lindy Glenn next week, which would be a good interview.
Okay, well, thank you. Like I said, thanks for 3,000 subs, guys. Really appreciate it, and also thank you to Bonafide RSD Raken for letting me on to the thrift battle, and thanks to Margaret for having Beck on. Yeah. I shouldn't be thanking on your behalf, but you know.
I'm saying thank you.
Yeah, you can say your own thank you. Yeah, I know. But I know,
Dave just he's just put received the FBA reimbursement email 1 month and 1 week later.
Oh. Wow. Okay,
that's taken some time, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Right. Do you guys sell gift cards on eBay, and how do you guys ship the gift cards or send them gift pins? Oreo Kid. If you're talking about like actual like prepaid cards, I have in the past sold Apple cards, like Apple iTunes voucher cards, if that's the kind of thing you're talking about, Oreo Kid. And I was just adamant and insistent in the listing that they must be sent, via recorded or whatever.
You wouldn't email them, would you?
Yeah, because it's actually against the terms of service, I think. I know lots of sellers on eBay probably do it, but I don't think you're meant to do it. But it's a risky business, and I only did it because I think I actually got those as a gift or something. Message received. We'll deal with that later. It's not something I deal with very regularly. It was quite a while ago to actually when I sold those.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be of more help with that. What we're going to do is we're going to get into, as you can see, the title is Weekly eBay Sales. We've actually got a few sales lined up to share with you guys, and we'll talk about the sales that we've had.
With a few figures, or
we'll start with figures, shall we?
Yeah,
start
and then
with
we'll
figures.
jump into the sales.
Sales this week have been down on last week.
They have.
They've definitely been down. I think it said it was around 30% down. So that takes us down on the main store to about £900 over the last.
I think mine's similar.
Yeah.
I think mine's around 30 as well.
30% as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, we were doing really well last week. Like I said, I think we were on nearly 1,400 turnover or something on the main store. So it's a big drop down to like 900. It was actually shade under. It's about 890 odd. It said. So a bit disappointing. But at the same time, we haven't really we've really taken our foot off the pedal or not, right? Foot off the pedal. We have. We've not listed nearly as much as we should have done. Which is a bit of a bummer for us, but it's to be expected. However, it's still ticking along, and we've been getting a few nice sales on Amazon, which is nice. That's something we're concentrating on a bit as well.
That's why we're not that stressed, because
we're never that stressed though, are we? We're pretty cool. We're pretty cool.
That's true.
But it has been a lack of listing. We're still over in turnover. Remember, guys, this is just turnover. We're still over on the main store, well over £4,000 for the 31-day period or whatever.
Yeah.
So we're still happy that overall we're still, we're doing okay.
Yeah.
It's not amazing, but considering we've only got 540 odd listings on the main store, that's not bad. I'm happy with that turnover with 540 listings. It means I don't have to work insanely hard to ship stuff. I'm not having to do lots and lots of work. But we're still getting. What?
It sounds terrible.
Well, no, it doesn't sound terrible. I don't want to do lots and lots of work, because if you take
I wasn't laughing.
no, because if you take things to their logical conclusion,
Yeah,
right, and we
yeah.
just kept on putting stuff on, we'd have more and more shipping to do, and then it just becomes too much, and you won't have time to do anything. So that's how I feel about that. Let's go into the chat. Right, Paul Murray says, "Hi guys, great watching you." Thank you, Paul. Okay. Oh, YouTube notification went out, says Peter Ray. Oh, is it just come out now? Fantastic. Okay, that's good to know. Old Man Reseller says, "I'm down 32% as well." Oreo Kid says, "Thank you for the question. Love from Canada. Awesome. That's where Flipping for a Living was from. He was an epic guy. Really enjoyed being on the show with him. Ryan says, "Why haven't you listed Soldiers of One More?" We'll touch on that later with the fed up of the huge haul part. You see, the title. We're being good with our titles, guys. There's some information in there.
Yeah. Well, we're trying instead of just going CHINWAG and weekly update. We are trying to put a bit of info.
Listing down appearances on US YouTube channels up, says Shalstaruni. Shalstaruni's enjoying her little digs at us today. Bless. Thank you, Shalstaruni. We appreciate it. Yes. It was fun though.
It was.
It's so super fun. Yeah. I really enjoy it. I enjoy it. I'm unashamedly happy about it. It's one of the best things about YouTube. It's I was up at 1 a.m. with some people that otherwise I'd have never have a chance to meet if it wasn't for the internet and reselling.
It was really tiring though, because it was we didn't end up going to sleep until 2:30.
Yeah.
And then we were up again at what was it, 6:30, 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were.
Because we then had to do the school.
Oh gosh,
the school run with
it was
the
all
girls
happening.
And stuff,
it was all
just
happening.
Anyway, we were going to share some sales.
Yes, we're going to share some sales, guys. All right, let's do some. We're doing. We've had, like I said, we've had some decent sales though, some interesting sales, some fun sales. So we're going to switch over. Too many late nights being a star, says Southwest says. Oh, I'm just so Hollywood now. I mean, where's my bowl of M&Ms with the green ones taken out? That's what you need, isn't it? That's what everyone always talks about.
Take your own green ones out is what I'd say to you.
Yeah, but if I ask you nicely, wouldn't you take them out?
No.
So if I came to you with a bowl of M&Ms and said, "Beck, can you just take those ones out? I really don't like them. Please. Please," like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it?
No.
But then what if I really wanted them out?
Then you can take them out.
Well, by myself?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you normally do things for me.
No, come on, let's go and share some sales.
Man, that's a bit... No, it's alright, I understand.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. Are we going to change the screen?
We're going to change the screen, yeah, okay. Too good to list now. Okay. Give the green ones to Beck. She's a vegetarian. Okay. Right. Let's go over and we're going to share some sales with you guys, so we can give you a bit of actual information and kind of what sells kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's get onto the relevant page and pow. Here we go. I'm going to go just through a few things that have sold this week. This is the first sale I would like to share with you guys. So here is the Thunder Tiger. What's it called? Let me just move us down so you can actually see. How do I move the webcam? Hold on, let me just do this. I've forgotten how to do it, Beck. All right, there we go. Power. If I just move that down there, then you can actually see better. All right, this is one of my first sales that I want to share with you guys. Sold this at the beginning of the week. Really happy with it. This is a Thunder Tiger. This is a part of the haul. Unfortunately, I only had one of these, so it's not like all of the things I've got are like this, unfortunately. But this is a boat engine for a radio-controlled car. Did I just say that? Okay, I said for a boat engine for a radio-controlled car. It's a boat engine for a radio-controlled boat.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Shows I wasn't listening because I didn't even pick up on that.
Man, it's tuning me out. Just tuning me out. It's just cold-blooded.
You're talking all this stuff, so... Yeah.
What do you mean all this stuff?
Go.
This is what we've got now.
I know, carry on.
This is it. This is life right now, is this.
I'm sorry I interrupted.
Yeah, I know, you upset me as well, because this is life. You know,
Okay.
This is it. This is what we're all about now. I mean...
Okay.
Okay, it's a boat engine, I was saying. Now, normally this comes with a carburetor. Here's a nice close-up shot of it. It was unused, brand new, this was. It wasn't complete, unfortunately, so I just took a few photos of the box as well. And I sold it as like new other, and we got 62.78. Now, it's a bit of a strange price there, and the reason for that is I was originally selling it for like 60, I think. And then like the shipping has basically, I added shipping onto stuff, and I'm trying out free postage. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm liking it, to be honest. I at the moment I want to keep it, but I'm, you know.
Okay, can I just quickly, Ryan's asking, tell us the profits on the items roughly, guys.
Okay. Oh God. You know what, when it comes to the RC parts, it's going to be very, very high, because we've spanked out pretty much everything. I mean, the RC parts don't owe us much now. I think
they really
I'd
don't.
actually go as far as to say, if you just our spend on all the radio control parts from the haul, the RC portion of it, including everything, was £600, and we have well spanked that in sales. So it's pretty much going to be all profit now. But you know, it's difficult to say. I mean, even if you were to say, you know, £1 or £2 or something, even that's probably not accurate now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've completely smashed it with the RC parts, which is really nice.
Because we had so much, so little money kind of tied up in that part
most
of the sale.
The bad thing about the haul at the moment is we've still the stuff that cost us the most is the stuff we've sold the least at the moment.
But I think you're going to share something that you're doing with that lot anyway,
right, so yeah, anyway, so it went for 62.78. Very happy. Nice little sale. Now, next item, this was a surprising one for me.
Barry Francis makes a really good point. Surely you would round the price up to $62.99. Now, yeah, I would.
Well, you know, I don't know how it happened.
I don't know why you're going with the old...
I don't know. It's just the way it was. I think I was on 279.
Yeah. See, I completely agree with that, because if I was doing what you were doing, I'd be adding it, but I would be rounding up the number.
Okay. All right then.
So, yeah.
You can see all Bex is hearing is la 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 la. What about this? What about this though? Would you like this one?
Yeah, this is pretty awesome. I used to have one of these.
You used to have one?
Yeah, I had a yellow one. Years and years ago.
Oh, cool. Yeah, this is a Friends mug, in case you didn't know. It does say Friends. And as you can see from the bottom, it says Staffordshire Tableware, made in England. Now, I'm really surprised at the price we managed to get. We managed to get $17.78. Again, I think I was originally asking $15 with the free shipping. And really pleased with it. For a single mug, I'm pretty happy that went through. That's got to be more. You know, you show some interest.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Show me your interested face.
I just feel like putting a face at you when you say that.
Okay. Okay. Z spanked it. Back to the hotel rooms. Dr. Doo was saying something about hotel rooms there.
I think it was your word.
My word.
Out.
Spanked it out.
Yeah.
Okay. It was fine. Reseller Mum says, yeah, I was at the other side of the room and had to come and check. He did say spanked out, didn't he? Like, what's wrong with saying spanked out? Does it sound like you're knocking one out type thing?
Yeah.
No, you don't say that for that. You don't say... That doesn't mean you... No.
Okay.
No,
It does.
I don't think so. It doesn't sound like that to me. It's not like...
That's because you thought it was okay to use it.
I personally feel, right, and some people say this, I personally feel when people say bashed that out, that to me sounds like I bashed it out.
No, I think
that sounds way worse.
Equally the
No,
same.
no,
they
no.
Anyway.
No, I would say, guys, you must agree, bashed it out sounds much worse. If I say I bashed that out, or I bashed 4 of those out, you know, that's gonna sound much worse than spanked it out, surely. Like, I don't know. That's my opinion. I'd like to see what your opinions are, to be honest.
Nick, you're not helping things.
Yeah, Nick is not definitely helping. Well, okay.
Anyway.
Should we move on?
Yeah.
Yeah, cue list of euphemisms. Term is, there is a term, spank the monkey.
There you go.
Oh, did I say spank? Yeah, but... Oh, right, yeah, I mean, I did forget that term, to be honest, spank the monkey. I don't know, like, choke the bishop or something.
Can we not do that?
Okay, bash the bishop.
Right, let's go.
Not choke the bishop.
Just...
If you choke it, does that mean you're trying to...
I'm going to slap you.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Z South London coming out. Okay.
So Friends mug.
Right. Anyway, moving on. So back to the reselling chat, people. You know.
Okay.
Let's just bring it back. Okay, let's bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, let's move on to the next item, nice and calmly. Right. Oh, it's a WWE wrestling belt. This is a WWE World Champion Monday Night Raw Kids Spinner Wrestling belt. Quite a cool item. You'll see these quite regularly when you're out at car boots. You see them all the time, don't you?
Well, yeah, you do.
Yeah. You see them as well, though, don't you?
Yeah, I just don't pick them up.
Yeah, but... Right, you know, you see these regularly. They don't often ask for a lot of money. People don't often ask for a lot of money. The most you'll probably pay for one is like a $5. You might want to pay that if you're really like in need of a sale or something. But yeah, it's a nice belt. It's really good quality. It's chicken you choke, not the bishop, says Darren. Okay, can we? Okay. Southwest Seller says demonetized video. Look, guys, don't F with my money. I've been watching too many videos. Like, do you know what, guys? I'm gonna be honest with you. I've recently spent an awful lot of time watching videos about Birdman and other like rap.
I'm so glad I don't have to work in the same office as you.
Yeah, if you don't know Birdman, he's quite a unique looking character. He's really something else. He's the boss of YMCMB, Young Money, Cash Money, Billionaire Records, and he's quite a unique character. And I don't know, that's probably where my mind is at the moment when I said, you know, don't F with my money, people. You
okay,
know?
right, shit.
So,
come on. Back on topic.
All right, let's get back on topic. Very interesting, anyway. Right, WW belt. Oh, what did we sell it for? We sold it for $17.78. So originally, I think I was asking about $15.
Yeah.
Price went up. It's really cool that these things are just selling for, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got some really odd pricing.
Yeah. Not suitable for family viewing.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Tangent time. All right, let's move on. Now, this is quite a cool little sale. This is actually one of my favourite sales of all the sales I've had. Now, this is a clue book for an Amiga game. Quite a long time ago, this was when we were down south, we bought a really amazing big job lot of Commodore Amiga games and the console for about £30. We did really well out of it. And I've sold off pretty much all of it. I just came across this and I thought I'd just try it separately. I was almost getting to the point of removing this listing completely or reducing it significantly. And it sold, which is quite cool. It went to Germany. It's a clue book for a game called, I don't know, The Bard's Tale? Yeah, The Bard's Tale clue book, you can see. So just like there's nothing spectacular about it. It's just, a a companion guide, I suppose, for a game, and it sold, like I said, for 24.78, and plus the shipping to Germany. So
you sold it as acceptable. Is that because it was just in like?
Well, yeah, it had some staining, some yellowing. Yeah,
Okay.
and whenever I sell things, guys, I tend to err on the side of caution. So I'd prefer to under promise, over deliver, rather than because you don't know if someone's buying something this niche, then the chances are they're a collector. If they're a collector, this was touched on by Nick and Darren yesterday, actually, that collectors are very very particular. They can be a particular bunch. So if someone's buying this, the chances are they're a collector. It's not really a gift for someone. It's not, it's not your casual gamer fodder. This is for someone that's got a Commodore Amiga, has got this game and wants to complete it. It's important that you describe things as accurately as you can. So that was that. So let's just move on now. This was quite a nice little sale. I've not been messing with a great deal of electronics recently, and this was one of the sales that made me think, why haven't I been messing with electronics more recently? I actually love dealing with this stuff. I love testing it. I love photographing it, and I love the money it brings as well. How much profit was it? Asked Ryan. Everything was profit about that book, apart from the fees, and that was it, really.
Well, it came in a job lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was all profit. So that was fine. Now this is an interesting item. This, like I said, is a Technics SUV 300 stereo amplifier, new Class A, made in Japan. I'll show you some close-up photos of it. So I just took a photo of the front of the amp with the power cord, a close-up of the front with the model number, the new Class A. These are the input selectors there. Shot of the top so you can see that it's not scuffed up, and the shot of the back as well, including the label there, which shows where it's made, and the model number. So and then I also like to take a photo of the serial number as well, so just to for my own personal kind of comfort. Now this amp we actually bought not long ago. We bought this with the CD player from the tip shop. There's a local tip shop, like a recycling tip shop, and we paid £10 for a CD player and the amplifier. So that's a tenner for both. I was actually offered it for £8, but I was like, no, it's alright, 10, because it's for charity, and I knew.
We go in there. Not like loads, but we do like to go in there.
We go in there regularly,
and
so
check what they've got out.
But I did, there was no point in, I'm not gonna, £8. I just thought, no, 10 is still a steal, and so you can say that this cost me a £5 because I've got the CD player for sale at the moment. CD player is listed at the moment for about £50, so that's to sell. It's got watches. It will sell. This item sold for £60 plus the $8.99 shipping. As you can see, I don't offer free shipping on everything. Graham, when I say tip shop, it is a recycling centre. It's like a council recycling centre, but they have a charity there that runs like a shop.
It's just known locally as the tip shop.
It's just known locally as the tip shop, but got $59.99 plus $8.99 shipping, so I was pretty happy with that sale. Just on the side note, guys, this here says new Class A. Now, new Class A isn't the same as Class A. If you ever see an amplifier which says Class A, you're onto something really good. Class A amplifiers tend to fetch really good money. They often tend to be quite high end, but more often than not, and they're quite sought after, so they tend to be more vintage. It's just not the most efficient design, but it's very clean power, and that's what hi-fi people want. They want really a clean source of power going through the amplifier, so that you don't get that noise or that hiss or that distortion when you play a CD. It's all about the power supply. Now this says new Class A, so it's not the same as just Class A, but just to give you a little bit of a tip there, really worth bearing that in mind. So if you see an amp, because you might see one amp which has got two revisions, like there might be a Class A version of one amp and then they may have revised it later, and then it's not a Class A, it might become a Class AB or a B amp. So that's just to do with the quality of the power supply. It's not as efficient, they run hotter, but they are better, they sound cleaner, or audiophiles like them. Shell Staruni says Class A always fetches good money. I understand why she says that. But yes, we're talking about amplifier power. You know. And let's move on, shall we? Next item. Do you remember this one?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
No?
It was in our front room.
It was in our front room. So that's how Rebecca remembers. It was in our front room.
Yeah.
It wasn't there for long though, was it?
No.
No. I actually stuck this in the shed for a bit and then brought it out. We bought this when Nick and Andrea came up to stay with us.
Oh,
I just never got around to listing it.
So you just, stuck it in the shed?
Yeah, I just stuck it in the just stuck it in the shed, as you do. What am I meant to do, man? It was just
to list it.
Well, I did, didn't I, in the end? Right? What do you want? Blood? Jeez. Throw me a freaking bone here.
Do you want to carry on?
Do you want me to carry on? Are you sure? Right. Are you cold still?
Okay.
Do you want to show people your hot water bottle? No? Okay. So we paid £4 for this. Now this is a Pioneer compact disc player, CD player and recorder.
Someone's asking what the silver...
What's that silver knob?
Dave.
That's a replacement. They've obviously lost the original knob, and they've replaced it with a silver one. But yeah, as you can see, that's a compact disc recorder. So like I said, we paid £4 for this. It was I don't like saying the word it was a risk or a gamble, because it was only £4, but they said it was working the last time they used it. So it was a gamble in that sense that they couldn't be sure.
Yeah.
But
it was a bit of a airy fairy.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, they'd written on the label. Last time it was used, and so I took the chance anyway because it was only £4. How can you not, right?
Did you ask them when was the last time they used it?
No, they didn't know. No. Yeah, they didn't know. And basically I tested it. It works. And it works absolutely fine. I tested it. I actually keep some sealed and new blank CDRs. What you'll find is these CD recorders, they don't tend to work very well when using blank data CDs to record CDs. They tend to like using the CDRs that were designed for audio, and you'll see those for sale. So we bought it for, like I said, we actually took an offer. This didn't sell for 99, I don't think. I think it sold for 80. I think I took an offer.
Lower, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I took an offer for 80. So it was £80 plus the shipping. So I was very happy with that. Ryan says, you big spender. Right. Malinky says, did you guys see the Harry Potter book at £80 on the Facebook group? They have no chance. I don't know if I've seen that. Charity shops always make mistakes like that. You're right, CDRs for audio do work better, says Dave. Yep, I found that out when I was dealing with a different CD recorder. I had a Philips one that I bought for a £5 at a boot fair, and that one actually went for really good money. I think I got the 100. I didn't actually polish this, Dave. If you're asking me, did I polish the separates? I didn't know. It was just sold. Like I said, I'll show you some photos again, some close-ups. Bit marked at the top, but yeah, that sold, so I was pretty pleased. Moving on, this was an auction. We ran this as an auction.
Yeah.
So £21 it went for. I started it at 99p, even though I was offering free shipping in the UK, because I was confident that it wouldn't be a UK buyer, and I was right. It actually is going to the Czech Republic, so it was £21 plus like £9 or £10 shipping, and I've shipped it already to the Czech Republic. So this is Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Amiga game. You'll find that most Amiga games like this one do tend to go abroad. They don't tend to stay in the UK. So I took quite a few photos of it, just to make sure that people got an idea of what they were getting. So yeah, pretty pleased. And I think, yeah, that's it for me. You wanted to talk about these couple of scarves, didn't you?
I sold 2 scarves this week. This was the first one, which is a Sammy Allwall red and yellow check scarf. This had a few flaws in it, otherwise I would have priced it higher.
Oh, there's one.
You can see the holes in it.
That's holes. Nice label though. It's got little lamb.
Made in England. I think this was a charity shop pickup.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think we paid like a quid for it.
I think it was, it would have been no more than £1 because I don't tend to pay much for scarves. So no more than £1. This I actually accepted an offer on because the person actually offered me on 2 scarves. So I accepted an offer of £7 on this one. And
the same customer bought
the next one.
Yep.
Which I accepted £6 on that one. It's Arctic fleece. And it was real pain to photograph actually because of the texture on it.
Yeah.
I really struggled. I was looking at the pictures. And
well,
I was
to get £6 for like a polyester,
it is polyester
made in Taiwan scarf. That's
and again,
nice.
I think this was possibly about £1.
It didn't come in a job lot or something.
It may have come in a job lot. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't think this was a charity shop actually.
Yeah, I think this might
have been a job lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But made in Taiwan, so you still got £6 for that. So.
Reason why I'm sharing these ones are because I actually lost these this week. I could not find them, and I had a massive panic.
Yeah.
I was going through every single one of my clothing boxes. Because I've recently moved my stock upstairs, haven't I? Well, not recently, but since all the RC stuff came in, I moved all of my stuff upstairs. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And so I was going through all of my boxes, going through all my clothing, and I've got about 6 large eight containers, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I've got 6 along the wall.
Yeah.
2 by the door. So I've got 8 large containers of clothes, and so I was going through all of those, stressing out. And this was actually Tuesday night. It was when you were on the Tat Chat.
Okay.
Because I probably would have come in and gone, I can't find them.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story, but eventually found them.
But it just shows that it's like a rite of passage almost.
But they were down here.
Yeah. It's a rite of passage.
I didn't think to check where I used to keep them down here.
Yeah.
Because I thought, in my head, I was like, 100% they're upstairs. I know all my stuff's upstairs.
But the thing is, no matter how organised you are,
I was so.
Beck was freaking out, guys. I mean, she was.
The thing is,
I think I was like, chill out, man. Like, the worst comes to worst, you can just say you sent them. I know I
don't want to do that.
No, of course, yeah.
You know, I knew they had to be somewhere because to have 2 scarves of like the similar. Kind of, you know, because they're both like.
Yeah, if the lady had only bought 1, you could have easily given up.
Yeah.
But because she bought 2 and they both were missing, you kind of knew. Yeah.
But anyway, panic over. You recorded a video about it.
I didn't put it out.
I know you didn't put it out.
I
think it was because I was.
You were really upset.
I was really upset when he was recording.
Karen says, "Lol, been there, done that. Bex, 2 hours hunting, and hubby found in 5 minutes." Now that would have made you rage.
Oh, that would have done actually.
That would have made you rage.
At that point, you did actually come up and start.
Looking.
Because you did say to me, "Do you want me to have a look?" And I was like, "Well, would you?" I said, because I've gone through it, but I think I'm panicked looking now. But so.
But the thing is, you're really organised, so it shows that.
I like to think I am.
Oh, I think you are. Your stock is very organised, considering like how difficult it can be
Yeah.
with all that stuff.
I'm actually
Yeah.
changing it at the moment, so I'm actually going through the process of actually reorganising and
Yeah.
labelling in a
You
different way.
you saw a couple of ways that you really like. So you're now doing like
Yeah.
you're matching each storage box has a set
Yeah.
number of codes or something.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
So
I mean, I think Carla Jenkins does something similar.
yeah.
I think Fake Rachel does as well.
So it's just comfortable
And
for
I
you.
think Andrea's just recently changed to it as well.
And you said Sue as well, didn't
Yeah,
you?
Sue Piles of Shame as well.
Yeah.
I think she does it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a few people that I've seen that do this, and I was like, no, I've got to change. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So next sale was these.
They're really difficult to make out, but
They really are. It's really horrible.
what are they? Black? What material were they?
They're a velvet.
Velvet trousers.
Yeah. And
Who wears velvet trousers?
Well, someone does.
Was it James Brown? I mean, God rest his soul, but you know, it's like velvet trousers.
But they were so difficult to photograph, and because it just, yeah, you can just see they just look like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't actually have these listed that long.
And they sold pretty
They're
quick.
actually on their first cycle.
On their first cycle, not bad.
Yeah.
They're
so,
Saint Michael from
Saint Michael, yeah, Marks and Spencer's, and they're actually really. I thought I was going to have them for quite a while because they're quite
Plain.
a short leg as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
Short fitting, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good then. Made in the UK, so old school, vintage. Oh, reseller mum says velvet trousers are very in.
Oh,
there you go.
That's
See,
why
you
I
need
sold
to be
them.
up on, you know.
Oh, you know, I don't follow
No, you don't. No, you don't.
jeans and a t-shirt.
That's it. Okay.
Come on.
All right, moving on. This was a nice sale for you, wasn't it, hun?
Yeah. So I really like this sale. Oh, so the last trousers. They were in the house clearance. They came from the house clearance, but I've only just listed them. So, this jacket was a charity shop pickup, I think.
Okay.
I think I only paid £2 or £3 for it. And it's by Monsoon.
Do you want to drink some water?
Yeah, because my throat keeps
Drink
going
some
really
water.
dry. I'm really
Yeah,
sorry.
chill out, man. No, don't be sorry.
You're gonna have to talk.
No, it's all right. So it's like a green coat by Monsoon. Oh, it's a green jacket. It says it's made in India.
And it's actually goat suede leather.
Goat suede leather. Wow.
Yeah. So really, really
Was it
nice
super
material.
soft,
It
or?
was so soft. Absolutely so soft. I really liked it. I really like the colour as well of the jacket. And I've had it for quite a while, but I think it's because at the time I picked it up, we were probably just heading into summer anyway. So it was, the weather was warming up a bit. So
Pretty pleased with
yeah,
that.
pretty pleased.
What did you get for this?
I actually accepted an offer on this one. I think I had it priced at
25,
25,
got
but I
20.
accepted an offer for 20.
Okay.
So really happy.
Well, those are some nice sales to share with you guys. Velvet trousers, that's Z on the weekend, isn't it? Says Barry. I bet Z wears those trousers when he's on the chat with his American friends. Okay, I see this. I see. Velvet would stop the chafing, Z says Ryan. Oh yes, the chafing is an issue, definitely. And Chelsea Rooney having a giggle at Darren's comment there about with the American friends. We're all a big community, aren't we?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
exactly. Now, guys, so we've shared with you some sales. And we want to move on to our final topic of the evening, if we may. We've actually got 124 people watching, which is insane.
Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you for joining us. We're just sharing our journey. We always like to just say that because it's so nice to be able to go through this whole reselling and working for yourself and trying to figure out ways to earn income from home. It's nice to be able to go through that journey with the support of all you guys. And every Friday is just, it's epic. Now, the final part of what we wanted to chat, Ryan says, don't forget Ozzy. Shut up, Ryan.
Don't be mean.
No, he's taking the mick now. working from home. Last part of what we wanted to talk about was working from home and fed up of the usual. Working from home, we'll touch on it very quickly, but we've had a few instances recently where we feel that because of what we do for a living, i.e. we work from home, it gives people the impression that really we're not doing anything and we can completely be flexible to other people's timings, and it's just not true.
Yeah, we don't always do things, but we
No, we don't,
you know.
but it's not the point. It's really frustrating because it be like, and the thing is, the worst thing is even when you explain to them. So for example, I speak to my dad sometimes and he'll be like, oh, why don't you just come down? And like I can just drop everything.
It's so easy to drop everything.
Just drop everything and go. It's so frustrating, and it seems like no matter how much you explain to people that it's not like that, and you know how difficult it is working from home to make sure you have a productive day and everything, and to the last thing you need is more distractions, and it's one of those situations that just has really wound me up this week. It's wound you up a bit as well, hasn't it?
A little bit, yeah, because you do sometimes get that impression that just because you work from home.
That's it. When they decide to come round is the right time to come round, because you're not doing anything.
And the thing is, I mean, admittedly, because you work for yourself, you can adjust your day accordingly. But
you can't, because this walks into what you've been doing recently with Google Calendar.
Yeah.
Well, since today, recently, since today. Tell them.
I've done it one day.
Tell
I've
them.
done it one day.
Soldier boy, tell them.
So I've been using Google Calendar, and I've actually been scheduling my day hour by hour, even breaking it down to 1:15 I'm going to be doing this or this, because I was losing track of so much time. I was getting so frustrated about my workload and not being happy with the amount of work I was completing throughout the day. So I was like, no, it needs to change.
Yeah.
I've always done like lists.
Yeah.
And I've been keeping a bullet journal, but today was the first day I didn't actually fill one in. I didn't actually fill it out because I was like, no, I'm doing a schedule. I'm going to be doing this hour by hour. And it worked brilliantly today. I absolutely loved it. Just down to how organised we felt. I mean, we were sat here at 6:15, organising the chat, working out what we wanted to talk to, sorting out what sales. And normally, I have to say, we're not that organised.
No. But that's just it. You when you work from home, especially, I think you need to be even more on point with how you're spending your hours and how you account for them. And if you guys haven't used it, Karen, I did see your rant actually in the chat about this as well. And I completely, it's so frustrating. And the thing is, when you, what I would say is, if you guys haven't, have a check out of Google Calendar, because it's quite good, because you can literally go to any day and just completely plan it and color code it if you need to. But it's just,
and my favorite part of it is I filled all of this in on the PC, but then it was linked to my phone, so I can pull it up on my phone, and I'm getting the alerts on my phone. And if I'm on my PC, I'm getting the alerts on my PC, and it's just to
keep you in touch. And the thing is, even when you're aware of your time, it's scary how sometimes it can slip away. And because it's so precious, the last thing you then need is this whole attitude from other people where they just can drop in, or you get this situation, and it's very frustrating. Like I said, it's mostly my family based, but it's just something to think about.
Definitely.
Whatever it is, it can be. But anyway, that's something I want to talk about.
That was a little.
Well, a lot of people in the chat also saying yes. It happens. Yes, Ryan, I know you love me. Not scheduling so far as to insert toilet breaks, I hope, says Barry.
No, I've not gone that far with it, but it's quite detailed, as in, what time I'm going to have my breakfast, what time I'm going to have my lunch, what time I'm stopping to do the dinner, and do the other little bits and pieces I need around the house. I mean, it is not just for my eBay work, it's for my home.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff as
Because
well.
I mean, that touches on what you talked with Margaret about.
Mm.
You know, you do have other things to be doing as well. I mean,
Yeah.
and it's important to be able to get around to those. So you know, that's something that's been
Yeah,
that's
so
been
it's
there.
not. It doesn't go that far.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Now the final thing we wanted to talk about. Fed up of the huge haul. This is something I want to talk about. As some of you guys will know, or hopefully all of you will know, that we picked up a huge amount of stock using our PayPal working capital at the beginning of September. It's doing really well for us. But I'm getting seriously fed up with just seeing all this stuff around me. I'm just getting fed up of piles and piles, thousands and thousands of packets of stock. And yes, I know it's
You're
profit.
getting a bit overwhelmed, aren't you?
I'm just getting fed up of it. And I'm honestly, like, I was speaking to Rebecca about this, and I thought to myself, if I had my chance again, and if I took out my working capital again, would I buy this haul again? And I'm really not sure that I would. I'm not being ungrateful. This is probably the best haul we've picked up so far.
Yeah,
However, I reckon if I'd spent the same money on other items, i.e. the stuff that I enjoy, like the hi-fi, I reckon not only would we have probably made like our money back plus loads more already by now, rather than we're still working towards profit overall with our complete spend when you include the die cast, but it would have been much quicker and it would have been a lot less work. We've got potentially, you know, all this stuff, once it's listed, not all of it's going to sell. And you know, we're talking multi-quantity listings. You know, even if something's £10 or £20, you're gonna have to sell 10 of them to make like £200 of turnover minus the fees, and you're gonna come away minus all the other bits. You're gonna come away with like £120, £130. Whereas I could sell one chunky item and come away with many more hundreds of pounds of profit on that one item just by spending it out more in the first place. And I was saying to Rebecca that if I'd spent like that £3,000 on maybe 10 quality items, you know, I would have been a lot happier, because by now they would have all sold. I guarantee they would have all sold, because when you've got really good stuff, it doesn't matter what time of year it is, it doesn't matter what festivals or celebrations are going on, it doesn't matter whether there's any issues really like that. If it's hot, it will sell. I mean, some of my sales that I've had, like early on in the year, I had a haul of hi-fi stuff. That stuff just sold. It was a lot less hassle, a lot less work. Yeah, you'd have to package some awkward heavy items, but you'd be selling one item and it would be bringing you like £300 plus of profit. And I personally, I mean, for me, this is not right.
I mean, everyone's different, aren't they? I mean, Will You Take Less actually put a comment in there. Z, my house has 2 house clearances in it. It's not my house right now. It is doing my head in. Sales so slow. So it's
stressful.
Everyone handles things in a completely different way. And I don't think you're struggling with the haul.
No, I think
you're doing really, really well.
I spoke to Nick about this before, and like I said to him, I think it was a case of, you know, if I hadn't done this, I wouldn't know. So in a way, I had to do this. And you know, I had to get through and actually start listing this to realise for dead certain, never again. Like, if I wanted to just, I don't know, make myself feel better, I can say the stuff I've got listed in these 4 boxes, if everything sold at my asking price, there's over £20,000 of turnover in those 4 boxes. But the reality is, I'm not going to sell everything at my asking price, because if I'm asking 25 quid for something, I'm happy to take 20 for it or whatever. B, not all of it's going to sell. You know, I've listed loads. It's a case of, you know, you list and list, but not all of it's going to sell. I'm sure eventually it would sell, but I'd kind of like to make some money before I pass away. So it's not necessarily just about waiting forever and ever and ever and to get the sales out of it. And it just frustrates me. I think what I'm going to end up doing, like I said, mentioned this with Nick earlier as well, is the best thing to do will be for me, I can already see a pattern on what lines are selling quick. and in a year's time, once those have sold out, and once the stagnant ones are being stagnant, I'm just gonna job lot them, and I'm just gonna get rid. I just can't cope, and that doesn't mean it's a bad haul. It's the best haul we've ever picked up so far. However, it's just not right for me. Some people would thrive on having this, some just won't. I'm just getting fed up of seeing it everywhere.
On the flip side, Richard Howe has put in, love big hauls, better than getting one item here and there.
It is, but you can buy stuff in bulk as well. Like you don't need to buy in big bulk though. That's the thing. If you've got really high value items, you don't need to buy in bulk. You can just target your sourcing to more expensive items, and believe me, more expensive items are out there. People are selling them all the time. You can get them, and they will just flip for better money, and they will flip quicker. It's not only that they'll bring you more money. I mean, I'm not here to try to convince you guys to do it. It's just I know how I'm feeling right now, and in my head, that's how I want to do things. I can't personally. I'm fed up of it now. I mean, I've only seen it. It's just,
the thing is, I mean, my opinion on it
is different.
Different.
It's different. You'd happily,
I would happily do something like this again. I even when I said to you about getting it, I was like, once it's all listed, it can just sit there and just work away in the background, leaving you to kind of continue and go sourcing and pick up more of the stuff that you want to pick up, and not necessarily do like a haul this size for yourself again. But but yeah, I mean, I don't think I would say never again.
No,
but that's my opinion. That's why we are so different. We both have different ways that we see it going.
I no, the reason why I feel, I mean, there's a bit of chat in there, and Ryan's saying, and Nick pointed out, in an ideal world we'd all sell high quality items, right? But my argument is you can do it. I'm on the side of you can do it, and the reason why I say this is you choose in the end what kind of a shop you are, right? You choose that. That doesn't happen by magic. You set yourself up as a certain shop. So you're going to set yourself up to be a high-end shop or a generalist shop. Like, I've seen there's proof on both sides. There's proof where there's stores which have like a lot of different variety and a lot of items, and then there's stores which are making stacks of money with, I mean, I've only got 550 items listed, but like, and if I listed all of the parts, it'd probably go up a fair bit more. But I've seen stores with less than 200, less than 100 items at a time. But what they do have is fire. Do you know what I mean? Like, it is hot, and you can get it. It's just like, it's just like that car dealership that sells, S-Reg Fiat Puntos for 400 quid, and then Fiestas and all kinds of like dank crap, versus a second-hand car showroom that has you can tell, you see them everywhere, the prestige ones, the ones that have worked, and I'm sure you have to work yourself to that. I know you have to work yourself to that, because you got to have the money to do it. But my point is, I did have this money, this working capital. I got that investment money, and I had a choice. And I can tell you right now, guys, even yesterday, there was an item that I was watching that sold on eBay that I could have bought and flipped for money. A high value item, I could have paid like 180 for it and sold it for 350 quickly. And that's the key, the quick part. It's not just that I'm going to sell it for more money. I guarantee, I mean, that I had an amp, guys, by my feet for months, because I was thinking about keeping it. I won't lie to you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, what, you don't think I noticed that, the fact that it was sat there for months?
Yeah. I had this amp at my feet for months, okay? I listed it within 24 hours. I had offers coming out the wazoo, and it sold for my full asking like that. And it was profit, good £200-300 profit. Well, good £200 profit. That is doable, and there are plenty of shops. You can always find I think with people you can find things to back you up, so you can clearly tell I'm biased towards selling fewer high value items. So guess what, I've checked out and I've seen lots of stores which sell fewer high value items, and I'm like, they're doing it, I can do it. That's all it is. And then there'll be some of you guys that will disagree with that and be like, actually you need a mix, or actually you need to have like a lot of something. Some people, like, you know, even with going for high value items, do I niche and just do just high end hi-fi, or do I generalize but just do high end items? You know, you got lots of different varieties as well of the same thing. So it's just something that's been really bothering me. I had to get it off my chest because, you know, I'm really excited with this, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it's really important to always question what you're doing and whether you're happy following the path that you are on, especially when it comes to running.
I'll give you an example. This is something that this is just hanging around. This is a bag I was drafting earlier. Okay, I've got in here about 10. What are these? These are fuel tanks. Okay, fuel tanks. We've got about 10 of these in this bag. I'll probably be able to sell them for 15 quid each. Right. Now that's like 150 quid. They owe me nothing pretty much now. Like, you know, in terms of the RC spend of the haul, we spent 600 quid. We've already smashed that. Now there's 10 of them at 15 quid each. But how long are they going to take to sell? How many people are looking for a Thunder Tiger Tomahawk fuel tank? Do you know what I mean? How many people? It's a vintage RC. They don't make them anymore. How many people out there will need a fuel tank? There will be. I guarantee you I'll sell these. I'm sure I'll sell all of them eventually. But how long am I going to wait? How long am I going to wait? And when I do sell it, you know, is it really worth it? Why have I waited all that time to sell it for... You know, I'm really confused and stressed out, guys.
I think you are, because then on the other hand, when you say... Sorry, I'm getting rid of that bag because it keeps doing that. Yeah. But then on the other hand, and you know, I'm always going to like question you. Like you just said that I've got nothing in that.
Yeah.
So then what's the issue with having it listed and letting it tick away?
Just annoys me. I can't answer that.
I don't understand why it annoys you.
Because it's just cheap. It's just, I don't want to do... I when I get a sale, I don't want it just to be, I've sold...
You have issues.
Yeah, I might have.
Do you want to go into the chat and see what people have been saying?
Issues. I might have issues. You know what? If someone out there wants to offer me like 10 or 15 grand for it all, come along, guys. You know, that's how I'd say, honestly. And then I'd just be like, you know what? Yeah. All right. Anyway. Okay. Let's just... Right. Oh wow, lots of you cheeky sod love Ford Fiesta Rock says retro vintage. It depends. I was thinking of a really old one. You know, Pete's retro says you can get overwhelmed with day-to-day smalls. I had 2,300 lines 10 years ago. Now I have 350. Graham says time for a coffee and a lie down deep breath. I'm sorry guys, but it's on my mind. I'm really thinking about it. Do you think it's sourcing withdrawals here? And I don't mean that taking the mix, says Karen. You know what, Karen, you might be onto something there. I think it might be. Yeah, I do like, you know, we've got enough stock now that I don't have to go out sourcing, but it doesn't stop me from looking at stuff. I'm looking, guys, there's an Arkham FMJ. I'm going to say it because I'm not going to be able to buy it now anyway, but there's an Arkham FMJ hi-fi setup going on auction on eBay, and depending on what it sells for, there's some really good money to be made. And there's so many things like that, so many. I mean, it wasn't long ago that I picked up these Bose speakers for like 28 quid and we sold them for 400 and quick. So, I'm sorry, I'm just like, I'm having a crisis.
I've got to deal with you for the rest of the evening.
No, I'm alright, I'm okay. I'm just having a little bit of a, you know.
Yeah, but you're like in rant mode.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Sazga says, Z, has this put you off RC as a hobby? No, it hasn't.
No.
The hobby is awesome.
Yeah, you still
absolutely love
that,
it.
Don't you?
Yeah,
and
but
our youngest daughter likes going out and racing.
Yeah, she does. Yeah,
so.
I think what it is maybe I've just realised I don't want to be an RC shop. You know, I've got maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Right. Wow, we've gone well over time today. I'm really sorry about that, guys. A lot of comments coming in.
Yeah.
Right. Southwest Air says, I offered £5 ages ago in the chat. Rizla Mum says, you need to go get a sourcing fix. Yeah, but now, where would I put it? That's the thing. I'm seeing stuff, and I'm like, in a way, I do want to source, but where the hell am I going to put it? Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah. I think Stu, is it Stu? He has a good question. Realistically, how long do you think you will sell the RC stuff before it becomes too obsolete and unwanted? So is there a timescale that this stuff will be not?
No,
not
if
wanted
anything,
anymore?
it's gonna just increase in value. I mean, I'll give you an example, guys. I'm selling spur gears that were originally retail sale price $3.99. I'm selling those for like £12. If something was like 15, I'm selling it for 25 in some cases, because it's not readily available. I'm often the only person with the stock on eBay, and people are buying it, so it's not necessarily that it's going to become obsolete.
Received some messages asking if you've got other parts.
I'm getting people messaging me for parts lists, and I'm selling stuff to all over the world with this, and people do want it, don't get me wrong, but what they want, out of everything I've got, how much of it will they, the question is, how much of it will they want, and more importantly than that, in what time frame? If this stuff could be worth £1 million, right? But it doesn't matter if I'll only get that money after I'm gone. The time frame is important, guys. The more I think about it, especially when you're just a one-man band or a couple, the speed at which something sells is imperative to whether I now call it a good item or a bad item. It doesn't matter if this sells for $5,000, but it will take me 10 years to sell it. Then it's rubbish then.
I think you struggle for £5,000.
Wait, you know what I mean. Yeah, okay. Anyway, guys, right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you, everybody. I apologise for having to listen to me rant. I'm just, in a moment. Z, how much of the RC parts get sent back? Very, very few. I've had like 1 or 2 issues, but like no, I think only like 1 return or 2 returns tops.
One got returned.
Yeah, one was the wrong part. He bought the wrong. He bought the wrong parts. Someone bought the wrong parts for their car.
Yeah.
But most of the time it does. But anyway, guys, I'm just wanting to get that off my chest. Saz says, if vintage but slow burner, could stick it in the loft or garage and let it sit. Yeah, but it's a pain, and going through it and finding it, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like, I could do something with that space. I could like buy something bigger. I could buy something bigger and better and use that space for that.
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Fair enough. Anyway, guys. Yeah. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys sticking with us for this long. Over 100 people still in the chat, 112 people watching. If you enjoyed it, found it entertaining, smash the thumbs up button. Leave a comment. I'd like to hear your comments on your opinions on what I'm talking about. It's probably, it's probably just daft, but you've got to go with what's right for you. For my mind, I can't. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Fine, I'm wrong. I don't care. I just want it gone. I just don't care.
No, I don't think there's any right or wrong in what you're necessarily saying. I was saying I was disagreeing with you because you've talked about how very little money we've got tied up in the RC stuff, but it seems that it's just frustrating you. It just being there.
Yeah. Well, and it's only worth money when it sells. It doesn't matter if it's that's 20 grand.
You can say that about anything.
That's 20 grand.
Yeah, but you can say that about anything.
How many of? Okay. Anyway, Richard Hell says kick his ass specs. Okay, guys. But thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah.
I do apologise for the rant. Sincerely, I just get carried away.
You do.
I do.
You do.
But that's how I honestly feel. You know that.
I know.
I genuinely,
And the thing
it's
is,
bothering me. It's been bothering me. That's why I've not been.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
works in a different way. I don't think you're necessarily wrong for the way you feel. It's just, it's obviously not for you.
Yeah.
So for you
Yeah.
to do something
Give
like
me
this again.
Give me a 30 kilo amp.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah. So yeah, we'll leave it there.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
You guys rock. And we will see you.
I'm not making any promises because whenever we say we're going to do something, we don't do it. So see you in the next video, whenever that is.